Welcome to the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. This is ESPN's coverage of the 1995 World Wushu Championships. Today we have more Taolu, that's the forms, and we'll see the men's and ladies competition along with the full contact fighting. That's the Sanshou, and that'll be the men's categories. In Taolu, we'll see Changchuan, Nanchuan, broadsword, sword play, spear play, staff cudgel play, and Tai Chi Chuan. Here's a quick look at the full contact fighting. That's the Sanshou. That'll also be coming up a little later in the program today. So for our schedule, we have men's and ladies Changchuan, sword play for both men's and ladies Tai Chi Chuan. For the Sanshou, we have the competition for the categories of 65 to 70, 70 to 75, 75 to 80 kilograms. And here's the scoring criteria from Rick Silverman.
The judges today will be looking for the quality of movement, power and coordination, spirit, rhythm and style for a maximum score of 10 points in all the Taolu events except Tai Chi Chuan. In Tai Chi Chuan, the judges will be looking for the quality of movements, power and harmony, and spirit, pace, and style, again for a maximum score of 10 points. We see here a bit of action from the men's Tai Chi Chuan. Women's spear and cudgel play. Women's staff. And ladies Tai Chi Chuan.
All the very best from the 1995 World Wushu Championships from Baltimore in Maryland. So coming up next, it's the men's Changchuan. So join us right after this. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage. And here's the men's Changchuan, part of the Taolu competition in the 1995 Wushu Championships. This is Liu Haipo of China.
Changchuan means long fist, Alexis, and it's synthesized from the northern styles such as Chachuan, Guachuan, and Shaolin Chuan. You'll see 5 basic stances used in it: the horse stance, the bow stance, the empty stance. Whoa, beautiful horse stance there. But the empty stance, the drop or crouch stance, and the crossover stance.
Announcing our next fighters.
Liu is very strong, very smooth. The judges are going to be looking for the competitor who performs vigorously and smoothly with accurate and proper application of power. The power must come from the waist or hips, as in all martial arts. And they're also looking for the competitor who performs in high spirits and good rhythm and distinctive style. The northern styles, that Changchuan comes from, relies a little bit more on the high leaps and kicks. And most probably in martial application, the high leaps and kicks would have been used against horsemen, men on horseback.
That's Liu Haibo of China with a tremendous average score of 9.75. Right now, it's Saitem Saad of Macau doing the same men's Changchuan routine.
Right, These routines are developed, compulsory forms developed in China specifically for competition. And Changchuan is a collective interpretation representing the traditional northern styles from which it was derived. Each move, remember, has a martial application. Beautiful high leaps, spins. Great horse stance there, very solid. Each routine lasts from about 1.5 to 2 minutes. There is a penalty for going under time or overtime. Great drop stance. 3 hand techniques. You'll see there the hook hand technique and palm, elbow strike, fist, and again another hook. The 3 basic hand techniques are the hook, the fist, and the palm strike.
So Saitam Saad from Macau with a good average score of 9.55. That's good enough for 3rd position, but of course the clear champion Lu Haibo of China with a score of 9.78. He takes the men's Changchuan Championships. 2nd is Park Chang-dae of Korea at 9.68, and Saitam for 3rd with 9.55.
Score 8.90.
Now it's the ladies Changchuan, and first up it's Lu Dan of China.
And Lu Dan will be doing essentially the same form as the men. It was 20 years it took the Chinese martial artists from the 50s through the 70s, masters of various styles, met to hammer out the Taolus or the forms. And you can imagine that wasn't an easy task when you have different martial artists, masters from different styles, trying to decide what should be a proper form. That was a beautiful move by Lu Dan. Beautiful, very strong horse stance. Lots of power, incredible kinesthetic sense and flexibility in her moves. Very strong.
And one other thing that permeates through her body, confidence. She's certainly showing a lot of that in her routine.
Yes, that sense of being totally centered. In the martial arts, you might say that her mind is with her. She's totally focused, knows exactly what she's doing, knows where she is, and emanating power and energy. Beautiful. Sweep. Drop stance. And she finishes. A beautiful job.
And a very good score as well, 9.75 the average. And that'll be something to beat. Now it's Momi Matsura of Japan.
I think we're seeing just the end of her routine, yes.
And Momi, and she comes up with 9.7. And that's good enough for a tie 2nd place. So Lu Dan of China, a clear winner, 9.75. She's the ladies Changchuan champion. And tie 2nd, it's Momi Matsura of Japan and Natalie Liu of the USA, both at 9.70. So coming up next, it'll be the Sanshou 65 to 70 kilogram category. Welcome back to the 1995 World Wushu Championships. And now it's time for the Sanshou finals in the 65 to 70 kilogram category. It's Begov Aselder against Chakchukanov, and this promises to be a tremendous final.
Chakrukanov from Turkmenistan is in black, and Aselder from Russia is in the red. Both very strong fighters. It should be an interesting fight today. Good one.
Russia in the red corner, Bergo Aselder. And Turkmenistan in the black.
And immediately that time, Aselder, he went for the high kick and paid the price.
Right. Chakrukanov got his foot and put him down. Ah. The ref's going to give him a standing 8 count.
Yes, indeed. I think we saw Sanda giving a right hand to the side of the head.
Yes, it was a good blow. It rung Chakrukanov's bell. We'll see if he has the heart to come back.
And we're in the 65 to 70 kilogram category, and Chakrukanov goes off the light tie.
So far, Asselder is looking very, very strong.
A bit of confusion that time on his part.
Yeah, Asselder turned his back to Chakrukanov, and the ref stopped it because he didn't want him to strike the back of the head. Could be a real dangerous blow. Again, both men trying to get each other off from the lei tai. Solid stances. Asselder moving around, looking for an opening, looking to score a point. He's using that back stance or empty stance.
And down they go, side headlock that time.
Both men very strong.
And not only can points be scored for well-timed blows, but points can also be taken away if an infringement is called.
It's more that the other guy will get the point. But yes, you can have penalty points, lose points. Asselder wants to use that leg, wants to kick. And again, the clinch. Chakrukanov very stable. Asselder lifting that left leg.
Asselder, of course, with tremendous credentials. He's a European champion and winner of the last 2 CIS championships when the Commonwealth of the Soviet Republic was still together, and winner of the last 5 Russian championships.
Yeah, very strong competitor. Very experienced. Both men very experienced. Waiting.
And that's the end of the first round, a rather cautious round, Rick, that time from both individuals.
It ended on a cautious note, but I think both men have realized that they're not up against an easy opponent. And in this full contact Sanshou, it's very easy to lose your lead if you're thrown or pushed from the lei tai.
So round two it is in the 1995 World Wushu Championships. It's the Sanshou 65 to 70 kilogram category between Chakrukanov of Turkmenistan in black against Bekov Asselder of Russia, who's in the red protective vest.
Yeah, Chakrukanov coming back very strong in this round. Very strong. Back fist, Asselder tries a back fist, clinch. Now I'm surprised he wasn't warned for that. I thought he hit him in the back of the head. Remember that striking to the back of the head or neck or throat or groin is not allowed.
So we're in round two of a best of 3 rounds, and winners are determined on those who win the 2 of the 3 rounds.
That's right, 2 of the 3.
And if the fighter wins the first 2 rounds, then there's no need for the third. There goes Chukchanov. Headlock that time, bringing Asselder to the floor.
Asselder looking a little tired. Both men feeling the effects. This is the clinches are brutal. Just sucks your energy right from you. Those gloves are heavy.
And these are big, strong men here in a very, very powerful sport. Full contact fighting, that's Sanshou. It's all part of the Wushu Championships here in Baltimore, Maryland. Well, that's the end of round 2. It's pretty even. I wonder if we need to go for the third, Rick.
I'm not sure. I think it's pretty close. Third round.
Yes, indeed, the referee signals the third round. So the winner of this round will be the winner of the Sanshou World Championships.
Both men very cautious. Waiting to score a point, looking for an opening.
And in such a tight situation, Rick, I think one critical blow could be the end of the opponent.
It'll come down. Chakrukanov getting a nice blow in, knocked Asselder down. He felt it. Both strikes there canceling each other out. Asselder trying to get Chakrukanov off the lei tai.
So very cautious here. This is, of course, the 1995 World Wushu Championships, and there goes Asselder down on a sweep.
For 3 points. Nice takedown. Asselder lost his headgear. As the men get bigger, they seem to have more and more trouble with their headgear because they're so much stronger. They'll just rip the helmet right from their opponent's head without meaning to.
So a short break in the action here. The clock is stopped, of course. This is the all-important third round of the Sanshou 65 to 70 kilo finals. And there in your picture from Russia, Begov Asselder, the European champion. He'll like to add the World Championship if possible, but he'll have to defeat Chakrukanov of Turkmenistan, who's been looking very good here, Rick.
Very strong. Very strong. Oh, very solid takedown.
More points for Chakrukanov. This is looking good for the person from Turkmenistan.
Chakrukanov still looking very strong, very solid, very stable. Asselder not moving quite as much as he did in the early round. But still going for a sweep. There's still a lot of heart there. Blows canceling each other out. Asselder tried the back fist. In round 3.
Certainly, and there's Chakrukanov in black from Turkmenistan, of course. We'll just wait for the final decision. In the best of 3 rounds, this has gone the distance. Chakrukanov against Begov Asselder of Russia. Chakrukanov, I think, in my opinion, perhaps slightly ahead. And we'll see how the referees and umpires will call this one.
He looked a little stronger at the end in this last round, but both fighters doing a superb job. It's a close one.
Yes, indeed. So Chakrukanov of Turkmenistan emerges the champion in the Sanshou 65 to 70 kilo category. That's confirmation of the final standings. In second place, Begov Asselder of Russia, and Aaron Honeycutt of the USA. He's in third place. And coming up right after this, we go to the ladies Tai Chi Chuan. So please join us right after this. Welcome to Baltimore, Maryland. That's a look at Camden Yards, the home of the Baltimore Orioles. But we're in the Baltimore Arena for the 1995 World Wushu Championships. This is ESPN's coverage. Now in the ladies Tai Chi Chuan, we have a look at Fan Xueping of China.
Fan is a very, very strong competitor in Tai Chi Chuan. Tai Chi is considered grand ultimate boxing, considered the queen of the internal systems. And the judges, again, are looking for the quality of movements, of fluidity and relaxation. Their judges are looking for power and harmony, and spirit, pace, and style.
Whoa, these fighters are fast.
Fan is very fluid, very relaxed. Fujimoto to the right. We see her, a bit of her.
Nice takedown.
Tai Chi Chuan form. And again, you can tell by watching the difference in the two competitors. They're both very, very good, but there's a different quality in each one. A little different quality in the movement, the way the weight is shifted from one foot to the other. A difference in pace. There's a sense that it's a cotton covering iron. Very soft, but very hard underneath. When you fight a Tai Chi person, it's as if they're not there. When you strike at them, there's nothing there. And then when you pull your fist back, they come in to your center and either push to your center or punch it. So they're very, very conscious of their own balance, their own point of balance, their own center, and their opponents.
So as we cut back to Fan of China, in the ladies Tai Chi Chuan, certainly one of her strong points is the harmony in her body.
Beautiful, beautiful. Very much so. There has to be a totally centered quality. All weight, all rigidity and strength from the upper torso must be sunk to the soles of the feet. Totally relaxed. Relaxation is the first and last principle of Tai Chi. Notice how straight their backs are, their spines. It's the best way to compete or to do the form in Tai Chi is to imagine that you're hung from a wire that's attached to the top of your head and your spine is just hanging from that. Beautiful balance, flexibility, relaxation.
Wow, for all you Tai Chi enthusiasts, we have some beautiful performances going on here in ring one.
So Fan here from China, doing a tremendous routine for a stunning average total of 9.75. So coming right up, it's the Sanshou. So join us right after this. Welcome back. And coming up next is the Sanshou finals for the 70 to 75 kilogram category. It's Gasanov Kasin against Gezak Saba Gombos. Kasin is from Russia, while Gombos will be from Romania. This is the 1995 World Wushu Championships from the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, USA.
Kasin's in red and Gombos is in black. And going right into a clinch throwdown. Remember that the competitors can't attack the back of the head, the neck, throat, or crotch, and they can't use their head, elbows, or knees. Kassin looking very strong, very strong.
So Gombos of Romania going for that. He's got his leg caught. What will happen? Well, he will manage to sneak out of that one.
Red was red down. Yeah, he got out. Both men trying to force the other off the lei tai. Kassin going for Gombos' foot.
You know, Rick, we see a clear distinction in the height differential between Gombos and Kassin. Do you think the height, the added height of Gombos is an advantage or a disadvantage?
Well, in terms of throwdown, his center of gravity is a little higher, so the shorter man might have an advantage there in a clinch. But in terms of reach, with leg and arm, more than likely Gombos has the advantage as he is taller. So that has to be on Kassin's mind. He's shorter, but he's not afraid. He moved right in there for a punch and a spinning back fist.
Kassin's got the leg, but he can't get Gombos to go.
Can't get him to fall. Black down. Now remember, strikes from the clinch don't count.
Gombos took a couple of shots here. Who's going down? I think it may have been both.
Yes, both went down. Kassin going in, moving in, not afraid. Gombos fighting him off.
So intense competition here in the Sanshou finals. It's the 70 to 75 kilogram category. Both men going down.
For no point.
For no points. And so much to fight for here. This is, of course, the World Championship. And that's the end of the first round. Very difficult to call it, that one.
Yeah, very difficult. Kassin was very energetic, very aggressive. Gombos holding him off, so it's...
So just a look here at the crowd at the Baltimore Arena. This is ESPN's coverage of the 1995 World Wushu Championships. Thank you for joining us. And what we have unfolding is a tremendous contest here between Kassin of Russia, who's in red, and facing the camera and coming in against Gombos of Romania, who's in the black protective vest.
And Kassin's already been down once in the early moments of the round. So Gombos chalking up some points early on. Both men still very aggressive. Kassin with a height disadvantage, a little shorter than Gombos, but every bit as aggressive, more aggressive.
He's got him to go, but he fell as well.
Yes, no point. If he'd have been able to remain standing there, black down, then he would have gotten the point. Or if he would have fallen a moment after Gombos, he would have gotten the point. But as they both fell simultaneously, it canceled each other out.
So Kassin picking up a couple of points that time. Can he do more? This is the best of 3 rounds. There goes Kassin for the high kick, but not connecting.
And trying to throw Gombos from the lei tai.
As I said, this is the best of 3 rounds. If the fighter wins the first 2, there's no need to go for the 3rd round. He'll be automatically called the winner at the end of the 2nd. So we'll see. There goes Gombos. But down goes Kassin with him. So it has to be frustrating for Kassin not to be able to get those necessary points.
Black down. Gombo's dancing a little bit, moving in, looking for that opening. Casson kicking, Gombo's got his foot.
And as the two fighters size each other up, they actually have to make some contact. The referee will encourage them to make the contact. They just can't stand around eyeballing each other.
In fact, there's penalties if they remain static for too long.
That's right. So that's the end of the second round. And we'll see in a moment whether or not we need the third round, or will the winner be called at the end of this. Both camps aren't quite sure yet. And yes, it's been called. Yes, I think it's been Gombos of Romania who's won the Sanshou 70 to 75 kilogram. But we'll just wait for the confirmation.
Yes, it's Gombos on points. Good fight.
So here's the final standings. Geza Saba Gombos of Romania, he's the champion, with Gasanov Kasin of Russia second, and Alvin Bailey of the USA, he's third in the Sanshou 70 to 75 kilogram category. And in the 1995 World Wushu Championships coming up right after this, it's the ladies' Tai Chi Chuan. Join us. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the 1995 World Wushu Championships from the Baltimore Arena in Maryland, USA. In your picture, you see in the foreground Ria Inekwe of Japan, and from Macau, Sampo Wa. And this is, of course, the ladies' Tai Chi Chuan.
Ria Inke from Japan is a beautiful Tai Chi practitioner. Very fluid, very relaxed. And again, we have the opportunity to watch two different competitors performing almost the same movements at the same time. And we can see the difference in quality, the difference in pace and style. Again, Tai Chi Chuan is considered the queen of the internal methods, along with Pakwa and Xingyi, two other internal Chinese boxing systems. And it's often called moving meditation. Very, very beautiful, but very deadly. The power comes from the hips, from the waist, the center. Very totally relaxed. If there's any strength or rigidity in any of the limbs, one has a problem because the chi is obstructed.
So in the foreground, competitor number 401, Ria Inekwe of Japan. Remember, she's after the average score set by Fang Xueping. Earlier, Fan set a score of 9.75. So Ria, with a tremendous technique, she'll be going all out to better that if possible. But we'll see as it unfolds.
That's right. The paradox is, of course, in Tai Chi is that how do you do it and stay relaxed, totally relaxed? And the relaxation is so important, so much the key. Some of the other principles of Tai Chi that we see exhibited beautifully by Ria are, well, primarily her relaxation, but also notice the circular motion. Everything in Tai Chi is circular, based on a circle. And again, the statement that the body is held so light that a fly alighting on it will set it into motion. So pliable and so light that a feather landing on it could be felt. each movement has a martial application. You'll see some movements as ward off from a strike coming in, and then once the attack has been warded off, the person moves into the other's or the opponent's center. You'll see fist and palm strikes, kicks. It's practiced very slowly, but its martial application would be extremely fast.
So as we see this tremendous routine by Ria Inkwe, remember she's after that average of 9.75 set by Fang Xueping earlier. Can she do one better? Ria, of course, one of the hot favorites here in Baltimore, Maryland. We'll just see whether or not she manages to one-up Fan.
In this part of the form, she's doing some beautiful balance moves where she moves up in a moment onto one foot and lifts her other foot in a straight. We'll see that in a moment. Showing incredible balance, centered. It's so beautiful to watch.
And so finally, Ria Inkwe of Japan manages 9.7 average. And her partner in the routine, Sampowa of Macau, who is in the background of your picture, eventually she came to an average score of 9.60. So here are the final standings of the ladies Tai Chi Chuan. Of course, Fang Xueping with a blistering 9.75. She takes first place, and in joint second place are Ria Inkwe of Japan, Jainab of Indonesia, and Joanne Teo of Singapore, all at 9.70. And there's more action from the 1995 World Wushu Championships. It'll be Sanshou 75 to 80 kilograms, the finals. Join us right after this. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the 1995 World Wushu Championships. It's the 75 to 80 kilogram finals in the Sanshou. Wahid Bakir and Ramazanov Ramazan will face off in the finals.
Well, at this point, Beckert has forfeited, so the first place is Ramazan from Turkmenistan. He took first place in the 75 to 80 kilogram by forfeit.
That's right, that's the final standings. Ramazan of Turkmenistan, he's the champion by forfeit, as we just said. And Wahid Bakir of Belgium, he's second, with Chung Lee of the US taking third place. More action from the 1995 World Wushu Championships coming up from Baltimore. It'll be the men's sword play, so join us for more action right after this. Welcome back to the 1995 World Wushu Championships. Now it's time for the men's sword play, and Lester Pimental of the Philippines will get into his routine.
The double-edged sword is known as the queen of short weapons, or the mother of weapons. Traditionally, the sword includes some 16 methods of use. Wushu styles adapt the sword to their own principles of boxing, making the sword an extension of their particular techniques. It's 3 cutting edges, the 2 sides and the point. Pimentel is a very strong competitor. The judges here are looking for the quality of movements, the power and coordination, and spirit and rhythm and style. And again, as with the broadsword, if the competitor lets the sharp edge of the sword touch any part of his body, he'll be penalized. And also, if he mixes the use of the sword with the use of the broadsword, he'll also be penalized. Very strong score there. Remember, the 3 median scores are averaged for the actual score. And the final score is allotted or given by the head judge.
So 9.6 for Lester Pimentel. And next we have Ganbat from Mongolia, also in the men's sword play.
Most prominent martial arts masters consider only the spear, staff, knife, and sword to be of any importance in these kinds of things. And that's why the progressive wushu has built its basic routine around the 4 implements that we see here in these competitions.
So Ganbat with an average total of 9.5. That's good enough for second place, along with Alfonso Quer of the Philippines. But the champion, as we just saw, Lester Pimentel of the Philippines, with a great score of 9.60 in the men's sword play final.
Sanshou fighters fighting the second and third period.
Now it's time for the ladies sword play, and this is Li Shuhong of China.
And she's looking very strong indeed. Remember, the weapon has to be handled as if it's an extension of your body. Totally natural. You'll notice the flexing in the sword. These swords are used for demonstration for the forms. The actual fighting sword would be much more rigid.
You're witnessing an awesome straight sword performance here. Ring 2.
Beautiful moves. Cross stance. The sword was originally essentially a badge of scholars. Oh, nice score. She finished very, very well.
Indeed, she did. Li Shuhong of China, 9.8. Now we see Yuri Kaminawa of Japan, and she'll be into the same lady sword play routine.
Competition heating up everywhere. Straight sword rings, top, score defense. Sanshou
Beautiful.
heating up.
Very quick, very precise. Again, the competitors have to be very flexible, and flexibility is the key in the 4 parts of flexibility, power, endurance, and speed. The weapon is an extension of their body.
Indeed, as we see Yuri Kaminawa of Japan, she ends with an average total of 9.58 in the ladies' sword play. So here are the final standings for the ladies' sword play. It was Li Shuhong of China, as we just saw, with a tremendous score of 9.80. She takes the championship, with Lei Fei of Macau at second. Third came Xiu Qing of Hong Kong, and Yuri Kaminawa of Japan with 9.58. She's fourth. So we had another tremendous program of Wushu from Baltimore. Don't go away. Join us right after this. So here are today's results from the 1995 World Wushu Championships. In the men's Changchuan, it's Liu Haibo of China. In the ladies' Changchuan, it was also Lu Dan of China. The Philippines won the men's sword play. And here we see the ladies' Tai Chi Chuan, Fang Xueping of China. For the Sanshou, it was Chukakanov of Turkmenistan, Gombos of Romania, and Ramazan of Turkmenistan who emerged victors. Next week, from the 1995 World Wushu Championships, for the Taolu we have men's and ladies Nangquan, men's and ladies spear play, men's and ladies staff and cudgel. There's more action from Sanshou as well. It's 3 of the heavyweight categories. Thank you very much for joining us here at ESPN. This is Alexis Pereira on behalf of Rick Silverman. Goodbye.